Okay, next up is washing the bus. And, I'm not a big fan of this one, but yeah. The first segment is just kind of weird. It's Tiki Wiki, Dipsy, and Poe just playing peekaboo or something inside the house. And it was just so weird. Because we get to see a close-up of their faces. Like, I really didn't want to see their faces up close, but okay. It was just weird. And where was Lala during that segment? I don't know. But yeah, something about this seems weird. Because in this scene, the windmill whooshing sound is different. Apparently, it's the one that's used in a lot of later episodes. And I don't know. It was never used in any season 1 episodes, at least not officially during like a segment or something. So I have a feeling this episode was filmed for like season 2 or 3. In fact, a later episode from the season will have the same scene, but with the regular whooshing sound. Also, it's the first time we see a different version of the indoor windmill clip. Yeah, in some episodes like this one, when the windmill is shown spinning, like, the camera is zoomed out of the window, and you see the windmill from far away up on a hill, which I thought that was kind of intriguing. So yeah. Then the TV event, and, hold on. Of course, there's different audio of Tiki Winky being chosen for a TV event. Twice, apparently. But something about it sounds a bit familiar, like I've heard it in another episode. I'll probably get back to you on that. But yeah. I mean, the kids are riding on a double-decker bus. That's the kind of bus they have in the UK, where there's, like, seats on the top and bottom. And that's pretty cool, and I don't know why the hell we don't have that here in America. But yeah. And they're riding on the bus, and while the bus is getting washed. It's kind of like a car wash, but this one looks cooler, in my opinion. And then, like, the Dipsy and Lala are playing the Incy Wincy Spider. Yeah, it's not called Itsy Bitsy Spider. Itsy Bitsy Entertainment Company was the name of the company that distributed Teletubbies in America. So, I'm surprised they don't say Itsy Bitsy Spider. So yeah, Dipsy is pretending to be a spider. He goes up the slide, and a cloud appears and rains on him. This is the first time they used the regular cloud music that usually plays when a cloud appears. In previous episodes, they used much different music, which was just weird. That was like when Dipsy's like on top of the house. The house is shot from the same angle as it is when Tinky Winky is going for a walk with his bag and Delilah packing. So yeah. I think it's also like that in another episode we'll get to later. And then after that they do the round and round dance. This is the shortened version, but something is a bit different. Every time they do a shortened version of this dance, the opening music is always different. Sometimes the dance just starts right away without any opening music. Sometimes there's this weird opening music. And in this episode, the opening music is actually the opening music from the extended version of the dance, which I thought that was weird. But yeah, Lala's the missing Teletubby and Poe's the boo shouter. So yeah. Yeah, so Cafe Chocolate. This episode is so overrated, in my opinion. I just don't like this one that much. I don't know, it's not that bad. The opening scene is weird. First of all, there's like this thing on Teletubbies Wiki, it says how there's a rare flower prop. I mean, it's like this different shape of a flower than what's usually shown on the show. This segment has Dipsy, Tinky Winky, and Lala without Poe marching 3 times, and then they just run off, and then it cuts to the windmill spinning without even them saying uh-oh. Which I just thought was weird. But yeah. And then a TV event involving someone named Ubi making, like, hot chocolate at a cafe, apparently. And in yeah, Lala's chosen. The audio is different when the TV event plays a second time, like usual. Yeah. In the German version, there's a different TV event involving some kids going on a picnic. So yeah. Also, an interesting thing is that in this episode and some later episodes, after a TV event is over, it would show the baby son giggling, but it used the audio of her screaming, which I just thought was kind of weird. But yeah. I mean, does anyone else think that was weird? But yeah, this next scene is basically all the Teletubbies are trying to, like, eat some tubby custard. And yeah, at first when Poe tries to make some, it doesn't work, but then she pushed the button a little bit harder and it works. They eat it so fast, and when they go outside, they fall asleep. I remember I first saw this segment on TV at my grandmama's house a long time ago. I hadn't seen it since for a little while. I hadn't seen it since because, like, I don't know. And since I hadn't seen it since then, I was kind of I was kind of debating whether or not that scene was real, though. But I did find the UK episode that this scene was from in Arabic, and yeah, the scene was real. Apparently, something I noticed is that Dipsy's kite is seen. Yeah, the Teletubbies have kites that they sometimes play with. I don't know why it only appears twice on the show. This is like one of only 2 times it shows up. They fall asleep, and then they're woken up by the windmill, which plays the full Magical Event tune, and then like the first part of the Magical Event tune plays at the same time as the second one. They say, "Oh, run off," and then the second part of the tune plays again. I'm surprised they didn't have the narrator saying, "But then, the Teletubbies heard a noise." Like, I feel like the narrator should have said something, when that happened, but yeah. Then the 3 ships. In this episode, the Sun Baby is silent, at the beginning, of the event, and the Teletubbies don't giggle at all when the, town floods, practically. And then the windmill stops spinning, and Tinky Winky's the missing Teletubby, and Dipsy's the boo shouter. Next up is Emily and the Trap. When I try to search this on YouTube, it, like, redirects me to, like, Emily and the Tramp. Like, Lady and the Tramp, or something. I don't know. But that's just weird. This one has a scene where the Teletubbies are inside, a voice trumpet appears and says Trit Trot. And they're like, I don't know, it's just weird. It has a zoomed in windmill window clip, and as they run off, Dipsy's chosen for a TV event. The audio's different the second time. Again. Also, yes, 2 in a row. 2 Emily Jester TV events that have Dipsy being chosen. Apparently. Yeah. Basically, they're, like, riding on this trap, which is kind of like a cart, apparently, which, yeah, it's a cart. The British word for cart is apparently trap. And it looked actually kind of intriguing, like riding on a carriage. The carriage is here! The carriage is here! Sorry, I was just thinking of a video I saw a few years ago. Next up is a scene where, like, Poe is going fast and slow on her scooter. Poe, fast and slow. I think there's a book based on this segment. Yeah. And she's, like, going really fast. She chases the other Teletubbies and they fall down. Yeah. Most of this segment would be reused in a later episode, where the same thing happens. And next up is the Magic House, which is the bottom left window version, which scares the hell out of me. I mean, it's just scary because he's, like, so loud throughout the entire time. It's not like the top left window version, or top right window version, when he's silent for the most of it, and then he's really loud at the end. I think the Teletubbies are actually silent, as actually when the event starts. And I think the baby son's also silent as well. I have to check again. And the Sunday special version just has the magic tree. Then the camera fades to the windmill stopping. It's actually kind of weird when the camera fades to the windmill stopping, because the sound comes on a few seconds later than usual, even though it already shows the windmill. So for like half a second, we don't hear the windmill sound, even though we see it like about to stop, and the voice trumpet rises delayed. Dipsy is the missing Teletubby, and Lala's the boo shouter. Next up is the beach. This one is actually an interesting one. The opening scene has a Home Hill 3 opening shot, which is exactly the same as Home Hill 1, but slightly different, like an alternate take. But the first second of this opening shot is cut, and the full entire opening shot, like the first second, wouldn't be shown until episode 40. We'll get to that later. So yeah, apparently. So yeah, voice is literally just the Time for Tubby Toast segment from Ned's Bicycle, but there's an extended ending where a voice trumpet appears, and it makes sounds of the ocean, and oh my god, I have a stomachache right now. So yeah, it makes sounds of the ocean. They make the sound. It sounds a lot like the windmill. This one has the zoomed in windmill clip, and yeah. And when they say uh-oh, they run off, and they show footage from Ned's Bicycle when they're running out the door. They use the TV event music that they use in this episode would be used in a lot of later episodes. It's used in every single TV event on the Go Exercise with the Teletubbies video. Oh my god, I feel really sick right now. So yeah, TV event, Tinky Winky's chosen, and there's different audio twice. This one has like an actual story in it, unlike most other TV events which are just improvised. These kids are playing with their ball on the beach, and the ball like rolls away, and their dog Gesso has to find it. It's actually pretty intriguing. And then the scene, Where's My Hat, where Dipsy's hat blows away in the wind. It lands on Poe. Poe knocks or bumps into a tree, and Lala has to like return it. There's one part where Tinky Winky kisses Lala. Does anyone remember this? Because I don't. But this scene is weird. So yeah, at one point the windmill is not shown spinning. Shown in the background, but it's just not spinning at all. It's frozen. So yeah, and I think the door is open on the house at the same time. So yeah, and after that is the splashing dance. The first time the splashing dance shows up at the end of an episode rather than in the middle. I wonder if there could be an episode where it shows up at the beginning. Do you think that could be possible? I don't know. Lala's the missing Teletubby, and Poe's the boo shouter. And that's it for now.